Nick Viall's baby gender reveal, Tyler Cameron's new hairdo, and Charity gets some Dancing with the Stars advice. Hi guys, I'm Kayla Galloway, back with Shared News, and today we're going over Bachelor's biggest headlines. Now, here with me to break it all down is Hiba Berry. How are you, and are you excited to get into these Bachelor headlines?
Hey Kayla, I'm doing well. Yes, always excited. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's do it. First up, Nick Viall and fiancée Natalie Joy have revealed the sex of their baby. So Nick and Natalie shared a joint post on Instagram, popping a balloon to reveal the sex of their first baby together. Once popped, pink confetti went everywhere, and the couple jumped for joy. So it is a girl, and the new parents couldn't be any happier. But for some eagle-eyed fans, it was not news because a few days prior, maybe it was a day prior, before the post, Nick Viall did an Instagram story with pink balloons in the background. So shout out to Reality Ashley for catching that. Now, Hiba, what did you think about this reveal?
This is really exciting news. I mean, Nick and Natalie have been together for a while and we've seen them kind of, get engaged and all those steps of them dating as well. So yeah, this is really exciting for him to finally share this news. And he has a big platform, especially, with his hit podcast. So yeah, I'm sure fans are super excited for him.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be there every step of the way. Nick Viall has no shortage of headlines, so we'll definitely be following up here at Shared News. And next up, Tyler Cameron gets a bold haircut. If bold's the right word. The resident Bachelor hottie shared a hair transformation video on Instagram recently and has everyone talking. Tyler Cameron now has a mullet. I know, it's hard to take in. The video has over 1 million views on Instagram and over 500,000 views on TikTok, and reactions vary. From his BFF and former Bachelor Matt James, he just commented a bunch of laughing emojis. Then we have a fan commenting, OMG, you look like the new improved Morgan Wallen. Other responses include, the way my jaw dropped, I'm a simp for this man no matter the haircut. And then we have I miss the long hair, but you can rock anything and everything. And that brings me to such an important question for you. Are you team mullet?
I am not team mullet. I do not understand this trend. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like people like the shock value of it being the most not flattering hairstyle that they try to rock it and be, that unpopular opinion. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't know what, even like with the trend of mustaches and all of that. If that's a combo together, it's just not for me. I'm trying to be nice about this segment, but it's just not the most flattering hairstyle. Let me just keep it at that. I don't want to get in trouble. What do you think though, Kayla?
Same. I'm definitely not a big mullet fan, but I have to say, someone as gorgeous as Tyler Cameron, he could shave his head, he could do a mohawk. I don't think there's a way to make him actually look bad, and hair grows, and it could be just kind of something fun and new. And I don't know, I enjoyed the change. I definitely loved the surprise from him because it was definitely not something I was expecting. I don't think any of us were. And I love his best friend, Matt, like the energy of just like laughing at him. I'm obsessed with that friendship.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of have, just to add off of that, I feel like him and Matt just have this weird brotherly competitiveness sort of situation. But honestly, if Tyler lost a bet and had to do this haircut, then I would understand. But because this seems like an optional thing, it's just not my cup of tea. So maybe again, like he's just experimenting, which is great. You're young, do it. Your hair always grows out, just like people dyeing their hair different colors. But yeah, just this specific hairstyle, I can't get behind this one. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
It would be very on brand for him to have to do that because he lost a bet. That is not far-fetched. Right. Maybe it even is. Who knows? And maybe he's just too embarrassed to say it. He's going to pretend like it was his choice. But last but not least, in our Bachelor headlines this week, we have Kaitlyn Bristowe giving Dancing with the Stars advice to Charity Lawson. Or should I say warnings? Newest Bachelor couple Charity and Doan went on Kaitlyn's Off the Vine podcast and talked about her Dancing with the Stars casting and kind of what to expect. She tells Charity that it's harder than what people think, and they discuss what potential dancers Charity would be connected with, and Kaitlyn stated that because of Charity's height, she'll most likely be with Artem, but also Alan is a very popular dancer, and maybe kind of their personalities would mesh. And she added at the end, which it kind of blew me away. I'm not allowed to say this word on the panel, so I'm just going to use a bleep. Quote, when talking about Alan, he's kind of a bleep, but I can see it. Well, they're all bleeps. They're all bleeps. I'm telling you, buckle up. So, I mean, she's definitely letting Charity know that she is really in for it with this Dancing with the Stars experience. I mean, we know Kaitlyn had a very, I mean, she won. So, in that way, she had a very good experience. But she also kind of talked on the podcast about how she wishes she like stayed on the positive and maybe wasn't so hard on herself and kind of took it maybe more seriously than she should have. She wishes she would have enjoyed it a little bit more. So my question to you, Hiba, is how well do you think Charity will do on Dancing with the Stars? Could you see her going to the end like past Bachelorettes?
I don't know. It's so hard to say because, this competition is so mentally challenging and physically challenging, and it's just a whole different craft that you have to learn. I don't really know if Charity has any background in dancing or any sort of choreography, even that sense of just like following steps and retaining it. So I think it's so hard to say because seeing her and being familiar with her in Bachelor Nation is completely different than her making the switch to Dancing with the Stars. And I mean, Kaitlyn is a test to that. I mean, she won, so she made it really far. But everyone is different, so it's really hard to say again. But I mean, she seems like she has a height advantage. And obviously, it really depends on what professional you're working with to make you go far in the competition and determine what your trajectory is, because the teacher is really the make it or break it situation. And so also the chemistry and having to mesh with them and work together with them. So depending on also who she's paired with, I feel like we'll have a better prediction of maybe how far she can go. But I mean, Kaitlyn was definitely giving a lot of intense advice. And I mean, she's the best person to speak on this because she did win. She did come from the same background as Charity from being in the Bachelorette. So we'll have to see. I hope maybe she does get a good partner. So maybe Artem, Alan, etc. So we'll have to keep our eye on Charity. But I'm also just excited for, again, the other people that they've teased as well. But Kayla, how far do you think Charity might go before we get into the predictions of what other competitors might be in this season?
I have such high hopes for Charity, and kind of to what you were saying with the backgrounds of these like past Bachelorettes. Kaitlyn had a background in dancing. Gabby was a professional cheerleader. I'm not so sure on Hannah Brown, but Charity did just say on a recent interview that she has done some cheerleading. So I'm assuming it's not like professional cheerleading like Gabby, but more like high school. But think about the pressure Charity's going into Dancing with the Stars with when two of the past Bachelorettes have won. One has been runner up. So I feel like that could maybe be her biggest kind of competition is with herself of not letting that pressure get to her. And when it comes to dancers, I really hope she gets Alan. He's beloved for a reason, and I absolutely love him. And when it comes to like the cast as a whole, we don't have the full cast list yet, but there's rumors. There's Charity, who has been announced. Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules. And who else? Oh, and then there is a Jerry rumor out there, or Gary. Gary has also been seen in a car driving away from rehearsals. So there's a lot of reality stars this season. And I'm wondering if there's kind of like a shift there of them kind of realizing how well they've been doing in the past few seasons. What do you think?
I know it's going to be very interesting to see who they officially reveal. And there's been a lot of kind of Easter eggs. And I also have been hearing Mauricio, Kyle Richards' current situation husband. I don't know what's going on with them. They haven't even officially filed for divorce. We don't really know. It's a big question mark. But supposedly he might also be on the show. So there's a lot of rumblings going on. And actually, I totally forgot to mention, but Angelina from Jersey Shore, she actually posted on her story a random picture of her hanging out with Gleb. So that was an interesting situation. So why is she posting with him? Why is she hanging out with him? You know what I mean? So that's also another question mark and maybe something to look out for. She would be interesting. She would be very entertaining, I think. So it would be interesting to see. Yeah, all of them hit the dance floor, the ballroom. So yeah, we just got to keep our eyes peeled. I'm really interested in seeing Ariana Madix because, I mean, she's kind of been the headlines, I feel like, of everyone we've heard so far, especially with the whole scandal of it all. So I'll be very curious to see how she does. And I'm sure she's, thinking of in a revenge sort of way of her wanting just to win to get revenge on all the haters and the doubters. And that'll be an interesting one to keep our eyes on. But yeah, I really am wondering who will be like near the top three as far as the rumored names.
I think so too. And Angelina, I did not hear that one. It's like feeling like the cast is like half of it is reality stars. So I
Yes.
feel like we're probably gonna get, just statistic wise, we're gonna get one in the top three. And what else? Oh, Ariana Madix. One thing I just thought of as we were talking is during the first season, she was not an actual cast member of Vanderpump Rules, but Sheena Shea, she did kind of her dancing and Aria or her singing career, and Ariana was one of the backup dancers. So just something to know. I don't know entirely what her dancing background is, but she does have that under her belt. So curious to see kind of what her experience in dancing is and how that will show on the dance floor. So I don't think there's been a season that I have looked forward to so much. So I'm so excited. And we won't have to wait too long because the cast will be announced on Good Morning America on September 13th. So just a few days, and I will be tuning in. And that's all we have for you on Bachelor headlines. Let us know in the comments what you think. Were you surprised that Nick Viall is having a girl? And what did you think of Kaitlyn's advice to Charity on Dancing with the Stars? We want to hear all about it. Once again, I am Kayla Galloway, joined by Hibba Berry, and our social media handles are right here on the screen. Go ahead and give us a follow. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're new here, hit that little bell for notifications so you can be the very first to see all of our new videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.